remember, just pay attention to me, because we might throw in an extra Hashkinu if I remember to do it. If we don't, that's okay, and we'll do what we did. Have any questions about any of that? Great. We're going to start with Hinemato for now. Yes, go back to your seats. Wherever you want.
Do you give up doing the other version of Hinemato?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I skipped something. I just went straight back to, yeah, okay, we'll do that. That'd be great. Thank you. Ready out the entire time. Yes. The song. Yeah. It is 6:56. That's kind of what happens is exactly what we intended.
Jake, do you want to read the key news?
love us all to be smiling. And we'll start with He Name Us Hope in just a minute, okay? Thumbs up.
I wasn't sure. You guys can sing without. I would just say just start, and then I'll welcome you back.
Yeah, okay. All right, friends, we're gonna get started. All right, let's.
Wow, so glad that everyone's here. This is really great to see you here. Great to see Makela here. 4th and 5th grade students are here with their teachers, Jake Weissman and Beth Haynes, and we're just so glad to see everyone here, to see this place. And the social hall was just busy with all these people eating and dinner, and it just makes you feel good because we are a small people. We don't have, it's not like there are Jews everywhere here in Annapolis, and we're together. It really does strengthen us and make us feel so connected. So, what I would like to do is begin our service officially. That was unofficial, because Shabbat service doesn't begin until we light the candles, because that's the last act you do before Shabbat ends, is light a fire. And so what I'd like to do is invite forward our teachers of the 5th and 6th grade.
4th and 5th.
Excuse me, 4th and 5th, thank you very much. Beth Haynes and Jake Weissman to come forward and light the Shabbat candles. We'll sing together and then lead us in the Kiddush, which we'll sing together. All right, so
Okay.
Join us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu
23 as we continue with Kiddush. Feel free to join us. Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'sharat kodsho, b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, ihu yom techila l'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher l'tziyat mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabat kodshecha b'ahava v'ratzon hilchatanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. Take a sip of that delicious vintage, I think it's 1996 Chateau.
Yeah, Chateau 996.
That's right. All right, thank you guys so much. All right, our service continues with Lechu Niranana. It's on page 130. Beautiful. Our service continues with the Baruch Hu, which is our call to worship. And we'd like to invite students in the 4th and 5th grade to join us here to help lead us in the Baruch Hu.
Okay.
We're a little tall for this.
Then stand behind them. Friends, if you are a little taller, take steps back. If you're a little smaller, take a step forward. We don't need to. we can figure this out. Friends, so, all right. Can we come this way? Come this way. Come this way. Everybody take a step forward. Okay. Except you. Okay.
Would everyone please rise? I wanted to give you a minute or so before.
Thank you. That was great. He's fine.
remain standing, please. We're going to go straight to the Shema, which is on, excuse me, page 152.
152. Okay. We're gonna hold that there, and we're all gonna say Shema and Dayana together. 152. Okay. So that everybody can look on the. Excuse me. Absolutely not. Okay. Ready? All together. One.
Please be seated. This is the Via Hafta, which we continue the fourth and fifth grade. Via Hafta.
All right.
Via Thank you. I think fourth and fifth, you can go back to your seats. But fifth graders, I think just fifth graders doing a reading.
Right.
So on page 157.
Fifth graders, stay up. Everybody else goes up.
You can really give them some of the books.
Yes.
Anybody else need a book here?
Now we can give them
Anybody need a book? Okay.
Standing on the hard shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the lightning may
Passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get
here to there, except by joining hands on our journey together.
Thank you. Makela, back up. Fifth grade, nice job. This is Micha Mocha, and well, I can say that for the most part, you can find this on page 158. There is one line, which is, well, it's kind of in the translation too. So there's one line of English in this song, "Who is like you, Adonai," but the rest of it's just Micha Mocha that we know. So please, we join together with Makela in Micha Mocha. just as an, oh, that's interesting, who knew? There's, that this prayer book has the prayers, but then generally on the left-hand side of the page, it's kind of creative translations and creative writing. And since this prayer book was written, there are people who have tried to put some of this poetry into music. And one such, the same person who composed the Baruch Hu, ya la 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 la, ya la la, same guy. He also did something for this English reading on page 161. So it's not an English reading, it's what normally is an English reading, but in this particular case, put to music. So this is called Let There Be Love on page 161. You can return back to your seats. That was so beautiful. Our service continues with the Tefillah, which is on page 164, also 166, 168, and 170. And we'd like to invite you to please rise.
Adonai sifatai titahu fiha itegilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu Bimotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Ha'gibor V'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chasei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevii B'Gdula Livnei Bneihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah Rav le'Hoshia, Mashiach haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechalkel hayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol מקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן על החיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. At this time, I invite you to take a moment in silence. So, think you can handle it? I know most of you can. We're going to try our best to just be quiet for about 30 seconds. Fourth and fifth grade, you guys can come around. Yes, I love that song too. You can go back to your seats if you want to. So before I that was fantastic. And oh, by the way, thank you so much to Tom and Chris for playing here, as they do at least 1.5 times a month, maybe even twice a month. And they are the core, the foundation stone, the keystone for this band that we have going here, and that comes and plays with regularity. They have a name, by the way, and some of you even participated in naming this group. Their name is now Shticks. You gotta say with the shticks, though. That's exactly right. Now, that's right. Okay, so, by the way, for those of you who don't get it, there was a band back in my generation, back in my day. You know, when I say my day, I'm talking about in the 1900s. Which, by the way, my kids ask me what it was like living in the 1900s, and I'm like, I don't know, it wasn't a lot. They're like, you were. Anyway, so Styx, S-T-Y-X, was a band from the 80s, my generation. Now, not the 1880s, the 1980s. Now, there's a Yiddish word called shtick, and shtick is like, I don't even know how to. Your what? It's your thing. The way. I don't even know how to translate it. But it's like, who got a better translation than your? It's your. It's your thing. Anyway, so we've taken shtick and combined it with sticks, and you've made it into shticks. And so, welcome to Shticks, who's here now. Just want you to know, next time, we typically don't applaud in the sanctuary, but that's okay, because it came from a very good place. So thank you, though, to Tom and to Chris. Thank you, of course, to Cantor Snyder, who not only does music here, but also directs our religious school, and we're so grateful to him for that. And I'm sure many of you saw an email that was sent out to the congregation somewhat recently. It brings us. It's bittersweet. It is so sad for us, but we are so happy for him. And so just to make sure that you know, we are so sad and so happy at the same time. Meanwhile, also I'm so grateful to Jake Weissman and to Beth Haynes for how they lead the 4th and 5th graders here too, and we're so grateful to you for what you do. So thank you. Now, I want to share with you a great story about a man who was a farmer in Ukraine. Now, this has nothing to do with anything that happened today in Ukraine, because what I'm talking about is from 250 years ago. But anyway, this man in Ukraine who was a farmer. Well, before I even go there, has anyone ever had a dream before? Like at night, sleep, have a dream. Does anyone have a hard time remembering their dreams? Yeah, me too. I can never remember my dreams. Anyway, so has anyone, even if you don't remember it, you know that you've had the same dream more than once? You've had a repeat dream. Wow. Well, this is a story about a guy who had a repeat dream. So it turns out that this man, living in Ukraine as a farmer, he had a dream one night, and that dream was that it is the great city of Krakow, which was only about 3 hours away by car. The great city of Krakow. There was a treasure, and that treasure was underneath a bridge alongside the river, and it was hidden behind a rock, a big stone. And that was his dream. And it was a great dream because he was really rich in his dream. He found the treasure and was able to use all of the things in that treasure chest, and he made himself really rich. And it was a great dream, and the next morning he woke up. He actually remembered the dream. And the whole day as he was working in the fields, he was having the best day because he was thinking about that treasure in his dream. And that night, he went back to sleep again. And what do you know? 2 nights in a row, same dream. Same treasure, same bridge, same river, same city of Krakow. Everything, same big stone rock that it was behind. And the next morning, he woke up and he was giddy. Oh my God, what a great dream. I was rich 2 nights in a row. I know. So that night, he went to sleep. And unlike the first 2 nights, no, exactly like the first 2 nights, now that I think about it, he had the same dream. Same treasure, same river. It's the Vistula River, if anyone is wondering about the river in Krakow, the Vistula. So same river, same treasure, same rock, same bridge, everything the same. 3 nights in a row. Maybe you have the same dream 2 nights in a row, you're lucky. 3 nights in a row? Oh my God. So the next morning, he woke up, but did not go to the fields like he normally does. This time, he said to his wife and his 4 children, he said, I didn't tell you about this because I knew that you would think I was crazy. But I had the same dream 3 nights in a row. Really? What was that dream? The dream was there was a treasure in Krakow under a bridge behind a rock. And all the family said, wow, what a great dream. And the man said, no, it's more than just a great dream. I've had it 3 nights. It's so vivid. I can see it like as if it's right there in front of me. I need to go to Krakow. They're like, do you know how far Krakow is? It's like 200 miles, and they didn't have miles there. They went by kilometers. And so it was more like 350 kilometers away. Do you know how long that'll take for you to walk to Krakow? And the man said, a week. And his wife said, yeah, a week. And the man said, I'm going. What? You're going to Krakow? You can't go to Krakow. We got a field. You're a farmer. Farmers don't take 2 weeks off. This one is, and this man set off, and he went to Krakow. On foot, 350 kilometers. It's 200 miles. On foot, he walked to Krakow. When he got to Krakow, he saw this beautiful big city, but he did see the river. Anybody remember the name of the river? Vistula, right. So he saw the river, and there are many bridges, but he had to find the one that was exactly the one that he saw in his dream. And he kept walking, and he found the bridge that was exactly the one in his dream. And he got closer and closer to the bridge. And he was about to go, and he saw this big rock, exactly the one that he saw in his dream, and he saw that rock. And he spotted rock from a distance. But you know what else he saw in the distance? A guard. Guarding the whole area. Not that rock, just the whole area. And the man sees the guard and knows that he's kind of a foreigner, probably shouldn't be there, but he can't help it. He must go down to that rock. And he must see and get his treasure. And as he was walking down, the guard saw him and stopped him and said, what are you doing? And the man said, listen, you're not going to believe this, but I've had a dream 3 nights in a row about this very place. In fact, that rock that's over there, and that there's a treasure behind it. I have got to go see the rock. I'll split the treasure with you if it's there. You know what the guard said? The guard said, you're crazy. There's no treasure there. You're a fool. You know what? It's crazy that you're following these dreams of yours. Don't ever follow your dreams. That's a lesson. Never, if you dream of something, it's not worth following it. It's not. Don't follow your dreams. Don't you know this is insane? There's no treasure. In fact, I've been having the same dream over and over again, not for 3 days, more like 2 weeks. Guy said, "What's your dream?" He's like, "It's about a treasure too." What? He says, "Yeah, I got this dream in which I go every single night at some farmer in Ukraine's house, and he's like this Jewish guy, and he's got a family of 4 kids and a wife, and he's a farmer, and underneath the kitchen sink is a treasure, and all I have to do is just go. I can't figure out which farmer it is, and I can't figure out where in Ukraine it is. It's almost impossible, so I just keep having this dream." And the farmer's like, "Oh, really?" And the farmer didn't even go behind the rock. He immediately turned around. He ran home, did it in 6 days instead of 7. Came into the house. Wife said, did you find your treasure? Knowing, of course, that he hadn't. And he goes, "Can't talk right now." Goes right into the kitchen. Looks underneath the sink. And you know what's there, don't you? A different story altogether. No, a treasure. That is exactly correct. It was the treasure. It was there all along. And you know what the farmer said to himself? He said, "I guess our greatest treasures are in our own homes." It's a true story. Now, actually happened. Yep, all of my stories are true. Like, I haven't told in my life, like, one made-up story in my life, and that happened like 20 years ago, so you weren't even alive back then when I did it. All of my stories are entirely truthful. Now, why am I telling you this? The reason why I'm telling you is because we are Jews. I mentioned this earlier. There are not that many of us. In your school, you probably know 1 or 2 other Jewish kids, but that's it. In fact, most of the time, whenever there's something that's Jewish going on, it's kind of foreign to the people in your school. They don't understand it. They don't understand why it is that you do things differently. And that's why your home is your greatest treasure. Because in your home, they know you and care about you. And by the way, the synagogue is your home too. We know you, we understand you, we care about you. You know that whenever you are looking for people who you can connect with or people who understand you, you know where you can go. Here. And that is such an important lesson these days. You got to know where the people who love you are, and here it is. So, there's one more thing I want to tell you. Well, 2. Number 1 is when you get home tonight, can't hurt, just check under the kitchen sink. It can't hurt. However, I do want to also say that when you do open the cupboard underneath the kitchen sink, if you see any bottles down there, please do not touch those bottles. They are dangerous, and you should not be touching them. Say again? All right. So they're like, some of the things underneath that sink are poisonous. Do not drink them or touch them. That's number 1. Number 2, remember when I told you earlier about it's crazy to follow your dreams, you should never do that? I was joking. The fact is that if you have a dream, you owe it to yourself. I'm not talking about just a dream from when you go to sleep. I'm talking about just when you dream big. You owe it to yourself to try. I'm not saying, some people say anything you want you can do. I don't know if that's true. Some people say, all you have to do, like, the sky's the limit, anything you want. I'm not sure, but what I can tell you is That doesn't mean you shouldn't be trying. Always try. So, just wanted to make sure, because I realized that I may have left that last line hanging. I said, never follow your dreams. You should always try to follow your dreams. We'll check. You haven't gone home yet. You should check. Now, what I'd like, and by the way, if anyone finds a treasure underneath their sink, we also need to talk about that for a half second. So since I am the one who basically gave you the map to the treasure, do want you to know that I expect, not ask, expect you to give me half of your treasure. And I mean half of your treasure. So just remember, half treasure goes to me because I provided you with the map. If you do not find a treasure, I'm sorry. All right, let's continue with our Shabbat service by inviting up, or actually we'll do that next, by first asking all children who are here to find either their parents or their grandparents. So if you're a child, please find your parents and your grandparents. Or now, fourth and fifth grade is perfect. I mean, talk about this is right when parents and grandparents really embarrass their kids and grandkids, and so perfect. So what I'd like to ask parents and grandparents is to please take your hand and place it on the head or shoulders or cheek of your kid. And by the way, for all of you who are resisting, I want you to know that we're watching, and if you do not lovingly accept this blessing, then we're going to withhold the Oneg Shabbat from you. So you must lovingly accept this blessing. Good. Now, if you are blessing a son, the words that we use, Yisimcha Elohim ke'Ephraim v'chi Menashe, would mean may God make you like the sons of Israel, or most importantly, like the best you that you can be. Now, if blessing a daughter, Yismech Elohim k'Sarah Rivka Leah v'Rachel, may God make you like the daughters of Israel, or like the best you that you can be. And for all of our children, Yivarecha Adonai v'Yishmerecha, which means may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, which means may the light of God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May a sense of God's presence always surround you and bless you with peace. Amen. Now, a kiss will get you an extra cookie. Now, wonderful. Now, what I also like to do at this time is invite anyone who is celebrating a birthday in the month of February to come on forward so we can sing happy birthday to you and give you a little gift.
We're going to sing happy birthday. If you want to play on, you certainly can, but you don't have to.
February?
See you's birthday.
Just 2 Febs?
My cat's birthday was in February.
But I think, if my memory serves me correctly, we didn't have a family service last month. So if you're a January, you can come up to January.
January or February.
And February. But not March, because we're still in February.
Okay.
Well done. Well done. All right. Let's start with 2 of you because you're January's. When's your birthday? January 29th. How old? 9 years old, right? Just make sure. When's your birthday?
January 23rd.
January 23rd. And you are? 12. Again, years, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure. More people! Wait a minute. When's your birthday? That was just recently. That's awesome. How old are you? Ouch. You have to, it's important that you remember, by the way. Okay. When's your birthday? February 15th. How old are you? Years old, right? I just want to make sure. It would be wrong for me to assume it's years, and in the end, you're talking days or months. Okay. When is your birthday? January 25th. How old are you? Years old, right? Just making sure. I just think it's important. When's your birthday?
January 17th.
Wow. Wait. When's? Never mind. When's your birthday? The 23rd. Wait, which was yours? Oh, wait. I thought I had 17th already. I know how old you are. You're also?
January 1st.
Oh. See, do you realize what you did to they could have got tax deduction. But in the end, you had to wait one more day. Couldn't get the tax deduction. That should be criminal. Okay. So wait, let's tell you, we've got pencils that say happy birthday from Temple Beth Shalom. We've got a handful of these squeeze balls, which say Temple Beth Shalom. We've got my favorite, which is the cup. We have cards to play cards with, and we even have a special Temple Beth Shalom coin. So, do you have a preference? You guys have preferences? Definitely, you pick the one I like. Which one do you want? Ball. Oh. What's your preference? What's your preference? Cup? Good choice. I'm telling you, cup is the way to go. Which one do you want? Keep thinking. Which one do you want? Ooh, a coin. You get a coin. All right, fine. You get a cup. Don't go anywhere, birthday children, because you have something to do to help me. What do you want? Yes, take two. Take the cards too. All right, so birthday kids, I need you to come, and adults, I need you to come with me. We're going to go open the Ark for Elena. We're on page 586. But wait, don't stand yet, because we're going to sing Happy Birthday first. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Mazel tov. So when 6 of you come on up, or 7 of you come up, and would everyone, page 586, please rise. You guys want to open the Ark for me? Bravo.
Well done.
Perfect. Perfect. Don't need more.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
So please remain standing. We're going to continue with the Kaddish, which is our mourner's prayer, which is a serious point in our service because there are people in this congregation tonight who, while they're really happy to see you, and while they're really happy to watch the 4th and 5th grade participate in Makayla sing, at the same time, though, they're here for a different reason, and that is to say this prayer called the Kaddish. And that's because this is the prayer we say when we're remembering loved ones who have died. And there have been people who have died recently in our congregation. One person specifically, that's Jesse Filer, the brother of Valerie Nichols. And also there are loved ones whose yard sites occur on this Shabbat. It means this is the anniversary of their death. I'm going to read some names to you right now. Frida Epstein, Helen Yanowitz, along with Dorothy Krause, and June Gelbart, Nelson Goodman, Bessie Levy, Bertram Krause, Mark Levenger, Adam Schneider, Pamela Borland Forbes, along with Peter Mathis, and Nancy Beard, Itka Krugman, and Jerry Kurzban, Sadie Rome, and Zachary Roeder, and Selby Saltz, and Ruth Beck, along with Gerard Charig, Hyman Fox, Dana Miller-Levy. So in gratitude for their lives and linking their names with all of our loved ones who have passed away, we remember them with the words of our mourners prayer, which is called the Kaddish. It's on page 598, if you wish to join us. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yamechon uv'chayei dechal beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yeh shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lamei alamaya, yivarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitrumam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei kudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiram yalma v'imru. Amen. Tei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Osei shalom min rumav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and comfort to every bereaved heart. Let us say amen. Please be seated. Thank you so much. So our service is almost over. And again, I want to thank Tom and Chris, along with Candace Snyder, along with the 4th and 5th graders, along with Makela. And also want to say thank you so much to Dana Feldman and Gail Goldstein for serving as ushers this evening. We're so grateful to you for that. The Oneg Shabbat, it's a good one. Thank you so much to Michael and Sarah Downey, Dana and Marshall Feldman, Beth and Rob Haynes, Sam and Toby Heddens, Carly and John Knott for the Oneg Shabbat, which is in just a few minutes outside in the lobby. Can't wait to taste some of the yummies out there. And let me just also share with you a handful of announcements. Now, let me start with the annual plant sale fundraiser. So you probably have seen that there's been a message that's come out saying, oh, we've got plants for sale, you have to order it. Yes, yes, yes. And it is a fundraiser for the synagogue. Yes. What was not well communicated, because it's impossible to fully communicate this, is that these flowers are incredibly good, that they blossom and bloom, and it's, of all of the times we plant every single year, by far, the ones that we have gotten from this plant sale, by far have been the most extraordinary. And it doesn't have to be you. Feel free to pass along the order website to your friends and neighbors. Let the whole neighborhood be really well flowered, because the flowers are extraordinary. So it needs to be done by March 10th. You still have 10 days, and it helps the temple, but it's going to help your front yard too, I assure you. Now, we have a Purim Shabbat Zimra service. This is in 2 weeks on March 14th. Stay afterwards for a special Purim Oneg Shabbat. Now, by the way, you should just know, and I can tell you this with certainty because I'm working on it, right now. This is going to be one of the most, always our Purim Shabbat service is irreverent. If you are thinking you're going to have a normal Shabbat service with a little Purim connected to it, you're wrong. It's pretty much Purim with a little bit of Shabbat connected to it. And feel free to come in costume. I know I'll be in costume for the Shabbat service. And even though Tom and Chris haven't said they're going to be in costume, I'll bet you they're in costume too. Now, additionally, speaking of Purim, March 16th is when we do our Purim celebration in the religious school. We have games and moon bounce, and we have a spiel that we're going to do here. I'm not going to give away what the spiel is. However, what I will say is that we've been working wicked hard. Wait, that's a Boston thing, right?
Wicked hard.
Wicked hard on this. So I'm not saying what it is, but I am saying we've worked wicked hard on this. Now, Israeli dancing. I'm telling you, we have done Israeli dancing, I think 3 times already, or twice or 3 times. It is so much fun. And trust me when I say, I'm saying it's fun, I can't dance. So if I'm saying it's fun, trust me when I say no experience necessary and no ability necessary. Just come, have fun, listen to Israeli music, and learn Israeli dances. It's really been a lot of fun. I'm teaching a class on March 23 called La Femme Fatale. I'll let you figure what it's about, but it's about archetypes in our literature, especially the femme fatale archetype. By the way, anything else you want to know about what's going on at the temple, you can find it in our weekly email, including things like Cabaret Night, which is in April, which, by the way, you should buy tickets for soon because we end up usually selling out for that. So, I think I've said plenty, and I think the time has come for us to conclude with Motzi, and then another Oseh Shalom, led by Makela as our closing song. So join me for Motzi as Makela comes up to get ready for the final song. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem haaretz. Oseh Shalom is our final song. It can be found in various different places in the prayer book, but I think 647 is one of them. Shabbat Shalom. Thanks everyone for being here.